Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife review for you. Today, we have the Manly Wasp in S90V. Manly is a company out of Bulgaria. In America here, you can get them at manlyusa.com. This particular version you are seeing is sold out with the Digicam and the S90V. They do have the black and orange. They also had a black and red, which is also sadly sold out. But a great knife. S90V steel, as I said, super slicey, very safe slip joint. Why do I say that? It has this unique 5-stage thing. We will talk about that later. As you can see, it's a lot of clicks as you open and close it. I like that a lot. It makes it feel much more safe in your hand. I don't know if Manly has a fancy name for that. I'm not really sure. Yeah, and deep carry pocket clip, definitely in that ultra modern traditional category that I like so much. Let's do some stats and some size comparisons, and then we'll talk more about this. You have an overall length of 6.85 inches, blade thickness of 0.11. You have a blade length of 2.8 inches. I shouldn't have picked that up so fast. And a weight of 2.95 ounces with a handle thickness of 0.44. Do a few size comparisons here. First of all, we will compare it against, we'll put the usual up first, and then we'll compare it to some stuff that's more comparable. Against your Spyderco Paramilitary 2, you can see it's quite a bit smaller. This isn't a tiny knife, but it's not particularly big either. Now compare it against some stuff that, some other slip joints you guys may have. Compare it against your Swiss Army Cadet with a terrible lanyard on it. I did that myself, and it's not great. And against this is a Case Mini Trapper with the primary blade out. So it's a pretty good sized knife for a slip joint. And your Three Rivers Manufacturing Atlas. Sadly, I don't have a Viator here right now to compare it to. That would be a much more accurate comparison. But let's talk about this blade. This is the party piece of this, because this knife is, if I didn't mention it before, $77. So not terribly expensive. And it comes with S90V steel, which is a genuine super steel. Very hard to sharpen. Not going to lie about that. But if you keep it strapped up, you keep it good, it'll be fine. But if you actually have to put an edge on it at some point, it's going to take you a minute. Upshot is you're probably not going to have to very often, because it's S90V and it holds an edge for an eternity and a quarter. Super slicey, full flat grind. As I said, 0.11 blade stock thickness, which tapers down quite quickly. And this is only about 11 thousandths behind the edge. This thing slices like nobody's business. It might actually slice better than my Three Rivers Manufacturing Neutron, which I thought it was going to be a long time before I had that happen, but it might. It's really close, especially once it's sharpened up nice, which, as I said, can be a bit of a chore, but not bad. Great blade, and the tip is a bit dainty, but not crazily so. It's a real knife you can actually do some stuff with. It's as I said, a very safe slip joint. The back spring is really tight on it, so I wouldn't worry too much about actually using this for real work. And it does have all those multiple stages. And yeah, the walk and talk on it is very stiff. I don't know how I would rate the pull on it. I know there's that rating system out there. I would say it's at least like a 7. Yeah, it works. You can one-hand close it, as you saw, if you just go to that first notch, and then push it closed, but it's kind of an ordeal. I would just use it like a two-hand open knife. I say to go to the first notch because if you go to the second, I have not successfully done that without pinching myself. I never cut myself, but it is a bit pinchy. So just go to that first one and then close it the rest of the way one hand if you have to do it that way. But in normal operation, I would use it as a two-hand open, two-hand close. Ergonomically, it's very good, very simple handle design. Simple usually means comfortable, and it does in this too. There's nothing to stop you from sliding forward or anything like that, but it's all right. The pocket clip is not, it's a bit of a hot spot. It's not a bad one, but you can definitely feel it back there. But other than that, it's pretty nice. Ergonomically, it works pretty good. The G10 is that perfect match of grippy, but not too grippy, that I like in a good G10. Gives you enough to give some purchase on it, but it's not going to tear your pockets up when it's going in and out of your pockets. Speaking of, here's a pocket. Close this back up. As I said, I usually operate it two-handed. It slides in and out easily. And yeah, you just have that little bit. It says manly on the clip. It's small. It's not like in a obtrusive font or anything, but the name of the company is Manly, and it does kind of feel like you have something in your pocket going, I'm manly. So that's a bit annoying. Not a big deal at all. Minor little quibble. It is the name of the company. Aesthetically, I like the look of it. I don't care as much for this Digicam, but that's just a personal preference. I've never been a Digicam guy. But in the other colors, especially in the black and that black and red one they sold out to, it's a very handsome looking little knife. It's pretty darn nice. I am probably going to keep this. It was provided to me by the manufacturer, and I don't have to send it back, so I'm probably going to hold on to this and probably going to dye these scales black. And it's probably going to be one I'm going to keep around for a while, just because it's nice to have a little chunk of super ultra slicey S90V in your pocket. Especially, as I've said multiple times here, I travel to Europe a fair amount, and this will be legal everywhere. I mean, it was made in Bulgaria. That's probably partly the thing it was designed for. And it'll be nice to have a nice super slicey little chunk of S90V in my pocket. You can disassemble it. I have not. It didn't really need it, and I just haven't done it. Sometimes disassembling these slip joints are a bit difficult. It's a bit sweary. Even if they do come apart easily, there's back springs and things are under tension and all kinds of stuff like that. And it's a pain in the butt, so I didn't. I did dribble some KPL in there and blew it through, and that seemed to do all that I needed to do. This is a review sample that has been passed through other people, and I'm the last person to get my hands on it. So it has been put through some abuse. The edge on it was still pretty good, though, when I got it. I stropped it up a little bit, and it was perfectly fine. So it did have still the factory edge on it, which is always nice. Oh, and by the way, it is reversible, right hand, left hand. I always forget that because I am so right-handed that I forget that left hands exist. It's that bad. I can't do anything with my left hand. But yeah, pretty cool little knife. I really do like it. Well, it's not even that little. I shouldn't call it that. It's almost 3 inches. Pretty cool. Average size knife. Manly USA, thanks again for sending this along to me to review. Has not influenced my opinion at all on it. I liked it in some ways more than I thought I would, in some ways in less than I thought I would. It is a knife I've been looking forward to for a long time. So I like the blade even more than I thought I would. This ratcheting thing I like less than I thought I would. It's just to me it's still a two-hand open, two-hand closed knife. So I don't know if they intended for it to be a one-hand, but very interested to try some of their other models. The Peak, I really want to get my hands on one of those, which has like a thumb hole and stuff like that, and is a more kind of conventional folding knife, but conventional modern folding knife, I should say. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's a pretty cool knife for $77 for S90V. You can't go wrong. I mean, it is so slicey, and they did a great job. Quality is excellent. Go check them out. manlyusa.com. If you're in America, if you're overseas, you can get them a whole bunch of places. So hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one.